Adaku was only 17 when her father died. Life changed overnight. Her mother, who had once been full of life, became a shadow of herself. They had no land, no riches, no brothers or uncles to protect them. The only thing her mother had was fear, fear of hunger, fear of shame. Then Uncle Eze came. He was her father's cousin, a man with a wide stomach and a wide smile. He sat in their small hut, eating the last of their yam, and said, "Let Adaku marry my son. It will save her from suffering." Her mother agreed. Nnanna, Uncle Eze's son, was a rich man. He had cows, goats, and a big compound with many wives, but he was cruel. His hands were heavy and his heart was made of stone. The first night Adaku arrived at his home, he slapped her because she did not kneel fast enough. The next day, he whipped her because her cooking was not to his taste. Days turned to weeks. She learned to move silently, to speak only when spoken to. But no matter how much she obeyed, the beatings never stopped. One night, after a terrible beating, Adaku could not take it anymore. Blood dripped from her lip, her body ached, and her spirit felt broken. As Nnanna snored beside her, she rose. She did not take anything. She did not wear shoes. She only ran. She ran past the village square, past the farms, into the thick forest. Thorns tore at her feet. Branches scratched her arms, but she did not stop. She did not know where she was going. She only knew she had to leave. The forest was silent, except for the sound of crickets. Then she heard it humming. Adaku followed the sound and saw him, Ojadike the madman. Ojadike was feared by all. His hair was white, his clothes torn. He lived in the forest, talking to spirits no one else could see. Mothers warned their children, "If you don't behave, Ojadike will come for you." But that night, Ojadike did not look like a monster. He sat by the river, his eyes fixed on the water. He turned and looked at her. His eyes were not wide, they were sad. Adaku was weak to run. Her legs gave out beneath her. She collapsed. Ojadike did not speak. He only walked to the river, filled his hands with water, and brought it to her lips. She drank. He tore a piece of his dirty wrapper and wiped the blood from her face. Then he turned back to the river as if she was not there. Adaku did not know how long she stayed in the forest. Days passed, maybe weeks. Ojadike never spoke much, but he took care of her. He roasted fish for her, covered her with dry leaves when she shivered. She should have been afraid, but she was not. For the first time in her life, no one beat her, no one insulted her. One night, when the pain in her heart became too much, she reached for him, and Ojadike did not refuse. When Adaku's belly began to grow, she knew she had to leave. She could not bathe in the wild. She walked back to the village alone. When she arrived, the people gasped. "Where have you been? What happened to you?" And then someone pointed at her belly. "Who is the father?" Silence fell over the crowd. Adaku raised her head and said, "Ojadike." Gasps, murmurs, then laughter. The madman? She must be mad too. The news spread like wildfire. By nightfall, the whole village was talking. Some said she was cursed. Others said Ojadike must have forced her. The elders called a meeting. They sat in a circle, their long staffs resting beside them. The chief, a man with a white beard, looked at Adaku. "Tell us the truth," he said. "How did this happen?" Adaku lifted her chin. I ran from my husband because he beat me. Ojadike saved me. He gave me food. He gave me kindness. But he is mad, one elder said. Adaku shook her head. No, he is not mad. He is only a man who lost his way. As if on cue, Ojadike walked into the village. But something was different. His hair was cut. His eyes were clear. He wore clean clothes, not rags. The people gasped. He no longer looked like a madman. I was never mad, he said, his voice deep and steady. Years ago, I lost my wife and child to sickness. I could not bear the pain, so I walked into the forest and never looked back. But I was never mad. The elders whispered among themselves. Nana, Adaku's husband, stepped forward. His face was red with anger. She is still my wife, he shouted. She must be punished. The chief shook his head. You beat her until she ran. She is no longer yours. Nana opened his mouth to protest, but the elders had spoken. The matter was settled. Then the chief turned to Adaku. What do you want? She looked at Nana. She looked at Ojadike. Then she placed her hand on her belly and said, I just want to be free. The elders nodded. Then you shall be free. The villagers talked for many days. Some said Adaku was foolish, others said she was brave, but no one could deny that Ojadike was no longer a madman. Adaku built a small hut at the edge of the village. Some women, the kind ones, brought her food. When the time came, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. She named him Chidubem. God is my guide. And Ojadike, the man once called mad, became a father once again. This is the story of a lady who got pregnant for a madman. Please like the video, subscribe, and I'll wait for more stories. Thank you for engaging.